Okay, so today is November 2nd, 2018. Um, this video is talking about the truth and what I learned about the truth and the truth about the truth. Um, Basically, I've understand that some people, um, don't know the truth. Um, some people are unaware of the truth because they've been misinformed. And sometimes people just don't want to know the truth. And I take that for myself, okay? When I first went through this journey and I was going and I was telling people how, I first became Miss Indiana, blah, blah, this. There were a lot of people who didn't like me and all that, and I just did not want to believe it because I was like, why would they not like me when I've known these people all my life? They know my struggles. What do I have that's over them that they will want to, because if somebody really does not like you, it's either from something that you've done, and even in how you act, but even then, when you how you treat a person is basically how you want someone else to be treated, or how you're taught to treat people that conduct in a certain way. We all respond out of that. So you cannot like someone and not attack them, and I've had that for myself. I have some people that I just do not like how they treat other people, how they act, but I refuse to treat them in any type of negative way. I will keep you distance to protect myself. However, I will not be disrespectful to you. I will not belittle you. I will not, because it's just not me. It's not my character. I'm not gonna try it. I did try to almost one time, and it felt horrible. And I don't want to feel that way just because someone else acts a certain way. That's acting out of reaction instead of, proaction. But anyhow, so when I went through this and I was talking to my pastor, it was so much stuff that was going on. I kid you not. I would see so much stuff, like it was like spiritual stuff that was really just getting me. And people, I don't know, a lot of people think that we just live in this world and it's not spiritual warfare that's going on. And that's the biggest illusion that we have. If that was the case, it wouldn't be a lot of people turning to spiritualism, a lot of people trying to seek the outside world. Yeah, stuff like that. So when I went through it, I had got in contact with this lady, and she seemed like she was really, really nice. She took a lot of interest in me, something that I did not have in my past. So that's what kind of motivated me and leaned to her. During that time, I had so much crazy stuff happening to me in my dreams that when I kind of laughed about it, because I was like, you know what, I'm aware of this because I've had so many attacks as a kid, so you know how to fight it. So after that, I went to go talk to my pastor, but it was so many blockages going on. And he tells me, before I even tell them about the dream or anything about her, he asks me, how do I know her? And he tells me that, she is a wolf in sheep's clothing, but, don't worry about it. Just stay away from her and pray. And I was like, you knew this all the time. Why didn't you go and say something? Why didn't you go and bark? Why didn't you just tell me to stay away from her? Because the first time, if he would have told me to stay away from her, I would have stayed away from her because some of the stuff that I was going through, some of the things that God was telling me, and I wasn't really acknowledging what was God, that it was God. I was like, I need another sword. I need something else to help me. So I got away from that church and I got away from her. What I noticed is that every so often she would, if things were going bad for her, she would come and try to reconnect with me and just reconnect with me. And during that time, I'll be like, oh, hi, blah, blah, this. And all of a sudden something will fall apart. So long story short, I found out that it really was true what he was saying, but it took a long time for me to grasp it and to understand it. And I was in denial, too, about it. Because I was like, no, man, I really told her a lot of stuff that I never told a lot of people, opened up to her, things like that. But, like I said, I was in, what? Denial. Denial. And I also was in denial about what my mom knows about this whole situation. Because the more she started opening up and telling me, the more I started noticing that this is really real. It is something that I'm destined to do, and I'm called to do, because most people are taken out during this time. And that dream showed me that I was not going to get taken out. God really did have me. But it showed me the truth. There are evil people out here. There are people who hate everything about themselves, who giving themselves over to the enemy. And I'm not talking about a person. I'm saying to evil forces. I'm not talking about all people who do drugs and all that. It's not that, and God was really telling us in the Bible about that. And don't look at outer appearances, because there are a lot of people who are on that street who are just ignorant and helpless, and ended up getting entangled in the wrong kind of crowd, and it took them out. It took out their youth and everything else. Also, it let me know that some people who are smiling, who look like they have all the praise, and they don't look like they're falling. And that they're all, into church, and they're all into doing positive things. They are not all of God, and they are not all good, okay? They are not all good. And some of those people that they call cranky, and they're going to start calling racist, because there are some racist people, okay? There are some racist people, especially in America and all that. But there are a lot of people who are going to be portrayed as evil people when they're not. They just see the difference, and they know that with truth. Okay, so with truth, I understood after understanding this whole situation, and it's still more for me to know, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that I would never know. But the stuff that I do know is that when you know someone is attacking you, you have to be prudent. You have to guard yourself. That was the only way that I was able to stay alive, okay? There have been a lot of attacks on my life, but God kept me. And I knew that he was going to keep me anyway. For one, because of my faith. For one, he lets you know. But going through every obstacle in my life, like I said, it's always been something detrimental, something crazy. But I am the person that lives to tell the story, okay? There are real evil people out there. When I went to this whole prayer group, and the lady, after I left, she was up there talking about astral projection, and it scared me. I was like, oh no, please, no. They do that in Haiti. Like, they don't do that in America. They don't do that in the States. Yes, they do, honey. Yes, they do. So, like I said, the truth about truth. And if I was to tell people that this person was doing this, they would sit there and they would laugh. A lot of people would disclaim it, because you believe that it's, some of these people known this person most of their lives in here, in this arena, in this area. And I just got here, a couple of years ago. So, of course, I'm the outside person, but outside people can see things quicker than the person inside, because you see it every day and your senses are getting nullified, So, they're not going to believe me. That's another thing that I learned about truth. My pastor was telling me the truth. Is when you're dealing with spiritual warfare, there's no need to go and attack the person physically, because they're not attacking you physically, okay? You're not going to go and bring a knife to a gunfight. You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing in the spiritual realm. People are like, well, I'll shoot this person. They're doing all this stuff to me. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Do you know that energy is going to transfer from one person to the next? And people like that, they don't flock by themselves, because they know the principle and the power of bringing together. That's why a lot of pagans try to control the masses, when they try to do stuff and they have some kind of secret agenda, they'll control the masses with thinking that they're doing something positive, when in the long run, they're just trying to capture it. So, yeah, that's what I learned about the truth about it. And another thing I learned, is that my pastor said this, and he had to stand alone in saying it, because there was a lot of stuff that was going on, a lot of chaos that was interacting. And there was a lot of stuff that he was doing too that allowed it to even go through, because I've learned that when you put on the whole armor of God and you do right and you follow those commandments to the best of your ability, okay, because God will give you an escape. I promise you, He will give you an escape. Like, it was a time when I know they was trying to attack me, but I was doing all right. Don't steal, don't lie, don't have sex with other, don't fornicate. If you're married, you know what you're supposed to do. Don't withhold sex from your husband or your spouse or your wife. Don't withhold it. Love people as you love yourself. Love your neighbors. Be nice to people. And follow God's word. If you do that, God will save you during these times. There were times that they could not get me. It was so much crazy stuff I can just tell. But a lot of people, like I said, I know this channel, I guess it comes from all walks of life. You'll see a lot of things, and some people are not able to grasp it. But anytime you're doing something positive and you're going towards your destiny, you're gonna have these attacks, But it was so many levels of people just doing crazy stuff. And then when you say no, this is the real spiritual thing. When they say, when you say no to what they're doing, they're gonna send things to you, and it's gonna feel like, why do I feel like the urge of doing something that I would never do? Like, why would I feel like having sex with people that I wouldn't want to have sex with? Or why do I feel like masturbating? Or why? And I'm not saying this is just me. This is for me. I'm saying these are the symptoms that you get, when you deal with it. So anywho, that's what I learned. That is what I learned. Truth is able to stand on its own. When you know truth and you are satisfied in truth and you understand really what truth is, you can stand on it and it will set you free because you're being honest. You're being honest. Your conscience is clear. And that's how it helps you, because your conscience isn't dirty. You're cleared. And like I said, everybody truth sounds good, but the real truth has to let go of some things. And some people don't want to let go of that baggage. Some people want to believe in another alternative instead of accepting the truth. Some people just want to stay in fantasy land, even though they know that it's not helpful. That's just like the whole Cinderella story. They really didn't like, Cinderella, and they was like, she was worthless. And she almost believed it, even to the end. But eventually she ended up seeing who she was, you know what I'm saying? Being a beautiful person, even though it was a lot of whole other stuff in that whole movie. But that's the illustration. That's the illustration of truth. People will deny the truth and accept the lies before they go to truth, because truth is knowing. It sets you free, and it gives you an action. It gives you an action to do. It gives you something to do. That's even me with this job. Yeah, it's giving me some kind of income, but at the same time, it's holding me back from what I'm supposed to do on this earth. Just getting that comfort. And comfort kills people. It really does. Like, that's why people don't tell you the truth or the whole truth. Because, why? If you don't know the truth, people can beguile you. People can be with you. People can and do a lot of stuff. Just like those women, they were acting like prayer women and all that. And I went on in there and, if they would have said, I'm into sorcery, if I'm into necromancy, I'm into divination, do you think I would have went in there? No. So, yeah, understand what truth is. Truth sets you free. Truth gives you an action. And when I found out what it was, I had to do, it made me get active. So, yeah, that's what I learned about truth. The truth will set you free. The truth will definitely set you free. hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Definitely stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching.